welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, here with the 22nd session of the New Divines Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We have Eric as Stan, Bob is the old man, David is Terry, Ryan is Billy, Austin is Rolfur. Last time, y'all, basically you spent the time between mid-morning and early evening is basically where you have floated your time. More or less of the same day. Like, oh, we did not get far. Stan and Terry basically doing different things about the city to help and learn about it. Rolfur and Billy doing various things in the Wizard's Tower. Billy trying to figure out what wizards want. Rolfur looking in some information and talking with old founding wizard, whereas the old man has explored the manor of the family. And so I do believe, as we finished up, you had just landed on the windowsill as a ghoul, turned back to yourself and immediately to invisible, long enough to break the windowsill and dimension door inside the window.
Yeah, seems about right.
So yeah, you've pick it up right where we left off. You land here inside this room. Make an investigation.
Uh, 22.
22. Yeah, seems like the room of a young woman. Though, it does not seem like a room that has been occupied for some time. Just a layer of dust. But potentially, primarily, layer of dust, if you pat down on the bed sheet, the top cover on the bed, that kind of feels like this room might have been left sitting for some time.
Okay, I'm gonna try and dimension door to the other room. Gonna take a minute to think about it.
Make a luck
Figure
check.
out a what?
Luck.
What kind of luck? 18.
18? Yeah. You're able to dimension door in with, close enough of your feet to the floor that you don't make like a big stumbling noise or anything as you fall from halfway in the room down. And this room, as you've looked in through the window, also empty at the time. Another room, a young woman. This one does look a little more lived in.
Diaries, anything of that nature?
I'll need another investigation.
22.
22.
Because I rolled a 3.
Yeah. You do not find, at least like any particular diary. You find some books, but none that seem to have been written by the resident. No.
Rude.
If I explore your bedroom, am I going to find a diary?
I mean, no, but I'm a boy, so you'd find a journal.
I mean, obviously.
Those things are gendered.
Bless you.
In case you didn't know, that's how that works, according to me.
I was going to say, I don't think so, but...
According to me, that's how they work.
Sure. If you explore mine, you'd find a public daily vlog. I'm just...
That's a video journal. Because you're a boy.
Or a video diary.
No, it would be if you weren't a boy. Okay, let's check the room for interests. Like, what is she interested in?
Okay.
Is she interested in the business? Is this just a spoiled little rich girl? Is this someone who, like, is relatively innocent of her father's dealings, that kind of thing. And is it the daughter? I guess should be a important piece of information too.
You gather it is likely the daughter, and that it is young woman's room that seems occupied, and you kind of get the feeling a lot of the bedrooms that you've seen around aren't of use. They were probably whoever owned the house before things changed. And when things changed, things reshuffled. And some other people that were not quite in that wealthy spot got to live in that wealthy spot. And where furniture was left, because it's harder to travel with than to buy new stuff in a new city, particularly when you're crossing a mountain range to go to the other side of the mountains where the new capital is.
Listen, I keep getting the feeling that you think this is my fault.
You do not feel that she's innocent of her father's dealings. Simple things like, I think the name of the blade is like a stiletto blade, like that long, pointed kind of dagger.
Long, thin dagger?
Yeah, is basically like is like holstered on the bedside table between the bed and the table itself. So presence of things like that give an immediate sense of she's probably aware of things that her father does. Otherwise, not something a young woman probably has.
Any indication of where she might be, or is that like there's no like calendar or
no? Otherwise, as far as in general interests, you see a fair bit of interest in art. You can see supplies, a lot of it tucked off and away, not necessarily out in the middle of something, but sort of tucked off behind things of half-worked canvases, paints, that kind of thing.
Paper? Anything to write on?
Yeah, there's paper. Paper, charcoal.
I'm going to leave her a note as well.
Okay.
I put on there, through faith, Maxwell survives. With faith, I can help you find him again. Ask the old man. Send a prayer to the old man, and he will find you and lead you to your lost love. And I just sign it with my symbol.
Pray to the old man, the father of lies, the father of lies.
Do you cite it the father of lies?
I am not the father of lies. I'm merely, like, the fun
uncle
of lies.
I'm more of uncle to lies.
After all, the truth can be just as deceiving as a lie.
I'm the father of deception.
And I don't know. I'm gonna try and find a spot that she would find it, but someone casually searching the room would not.
Okay.
For example, if they were to discover a desk gone missing and wanted to
They'll
search
notice.
the house, they wouldn't just walk in and go, "Hey, that's the same symbol."
I mean, you can put it amongst that which looks like probably her most recent stuff, like artwork she's been working on.
Okay, yeah.
Because I mean, it's like by sheet of paper. To make sure, like it's like a 2.5 foot square of paper. Like the paper that she keeps in her room is not like writing paper. It is drawing and painting and.
Okay, I'm going to do that, and then I'll weigh it down. Like it'll be like kind of folded, so you don't see it. And then I'm going to dog ear one of the corners, so you have to unfold it to undog ear it, because I'm sure an artist wouldn't want shitty folded up paper, and it would drive them nuts. And then weigh that folded corner down with a platinum coin, trying to ensure that she'll actually check it.
Instead of just unfolding it and pushing it back in.
Yeah.
Unfolding it. Where'd this come from? Oh, I didn't draw this.
Do I? Okay, and then I'm going to dimension door back to the street, and I'm going to go and find Maxwell.
Okay. So you're working on that.
Yep. Yep.
Terry. So it's getting to be evening at this point, and you've spent your day working with a number of the makers amongst the city.
I needed a deductible.
If you're talking, then you're muted.
And not.
Thank you. I've been chewing on things.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
No, Terry's gone and spent his day making or working with the makers and bakers of men.
Mm-hmm.
Cannibals.
And
It's a play on the term "fishers of men," but I do appreciate.
Let's see. I need to figure out that I want to make something that lets me well, anyway, whatever. So let's see. Not important. So we've got. I mean, there's lots to do. And did I increase the efficiency of the people? That are they able to help people and do more orders and things as the day goes on?
I mean, you said specifically you were getting them to be your follower, and that they get whatever ability of yours.
Yeah,
somehow. I mean, it helps to a degree.
Okay, good.
It's
All right.
it's going to be less useful when they first get it than it will be once they figured out how to properly,
say the prayers and things.
Yeah,
that are
well, really, I mean, once they're at the point of following where they get those abilities. Obviously, it takes a while to figure out the best way to use them is production useful. So yeah.
All right. Well, definitely part of the conversation consists of yeah, I like that. That certain incantations and prayers and recitations are needed for some of these things. Because I mean, mending takes a minute to cast, so might as well have that minute full of prayer. But anyway, let's see. So we've got that set up. There was only 4 people that actually make things in town. So.
Well, no, there were probably about 20 people at least that make things in town.
Cool.
You got 4 that are at this point worshippers of yours.
Cool. Okay. So, I mean, there's only so much that I can do there. I mean, I could literally just go around and start fabricating homes.
Mending. What are you doing? Fixing it. It's broken.
Not legit fabricate. Just going around town, just being okay, this building looks like it's probably gonna crumble in the next 20 years. Let's go ahead and reinforce it and put some religious literature in the walls while we're at it. That's real tempting.
It is evening at this point.
Yeah.
So.
I'll take some time. I'll go back to the boat and check on anybody there.
Okay. Alice is still there.
How you doing?
I'm okay. She's kind of
Anyone else
laying on her stomach on the floor with some papers out and drawing.
Do I recognize what she's doing?
The symbols are similar to the decorative structure that the lights inside of the clock tower church were laid out in.
Well, anytime you ever want a hand or something put into the world from in your head, I'd be happy to help.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, people can't work in the dark. Well, I mean,
the people in this city seem to like it dark, though.
Yeah, old man's people probably like to work in the dark. Anyway,
Actors? Are you talking about actors?
I mean, to be fair, yeah, you turn off all. The lights are only where you've controlled the lights to be when you're an
Work
actor.
in the dark. They work in the bright.
any news? See anybody around?
Are you asking her?
Yeah.
No, I've just stayed here.
No one else stopped by?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, got some, Did I actually see any, places where people, playgrounds or parks
Kids? No.
Okay.
You've probably seen a couple of kids around. These are rough kids. These
Are they
are
playing throw dirt at the weird-looking kid?
All right. Well, I definitely let her know
these,
that
yeah. These are kids that are raised in the society where that's
squabble.
yeah.
Definitely, I let her know that I haven't seen anybody that's all the people, and even from a young age that I've seen so far, seem to be in a rough way. So we could definitely, if you're hatching a plan or something.
I want to go somewhere better after this. That's what I'm thinking about.
She selfishly doesn't want to help people in need.
All right. Well, just keep in mind that these people could use help, and I mean, we have the power to give it. So.
I know.
Yeah. I'm gonna give her a pep talk. Something better than what I could do.
I'm gonna give her a pep talk, but one that better than David knows.
Yeah. We'll throw a 23 persuasion to kind of.
Okay.
Just throw it at her.
So I'll spend like half an hour talking with her. It would be nice. Well, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna say it'd be nice if I didn't have to sleep tonight, but people need help in this town. So I guess I'm going to spend my evening near the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to basically put back together and refurbish the docks 10 minutes at a time.
Okay, you're just shoring those up. Admittedly, the docks don't seem, like, compared to Odyssey, the docks don't seem in bad shape.
Oh.
The docks are, like, the docks are the city's infrastructure. It is a huge portion of what the city does, is, as their large thing is their stuff passes through. So,
Alright.
it's actually one of the parts of the city that does, just like the docks, technically, like, at night, they're all well lanterned and lit right in that immediate area.
Oh, I know what I'm doing for the evening. I'm gonna go put up my holy posts. My programmed illusion to holy posts.
Oh, you're messing with the alleys?
Yeah, no, that's a great place to, so that people
Someone
can have
sneaks
quiet
into an alley. Hey, did you know about the guy?
Yeah, so it's a nice place for quiet contemplation to have about religion. That's how that works.
It's the ultimate cover story. What are you hoodlums doing in this alley? Worshipping the new gods? Have you heard the word?
No, it just starts with the holy old man, or not the old man. We don't want to start there.
Are you the front?
What the hell?
Yeah,
This city is already geared enough towards you.
Yeah. We'll just
No,
have
this city is actually the hardest one to take over so far.
Because you have to do each bit of it separately.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I'm gonna fix that. It's all gonna be under one organization.
To be fair, it's the only city you've had to take over so far.
Not true.
The first city was Ryan's, no taking over. The second city was yours, already no taking over.
I had to take that over. I had to tell people who I was.
To be fair, when he got to his city, Yordle was already trying to make it a move to...
So, yeah, I'll just spend my afternoon putting out...
Evening.
Putting out, how many do I get? Oh. 2. I go and find a good space for 2 programmed delusions.
And then head back to the boat?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll like bring like... I'll buy like rolls of dinner or something, like something non-bakery for dinner. Like meat or something, I don't know.
Pot roast.
One of the shops had this, they called them po' boys. It's a type of sandwich. You know, one of your followers.
No. Oh no, thank you. We're trying to make this place wealthy, so we're trying not to continue the poor person perspective. We want to bring wealth to even the poorest people.
Still a good sandwich. Rolfur.
Yep.
Do you move on to summoning one of the other triplets?
Yeah. We go to Maribel, the one that used to be a cleric.
Yes, okay. Again, it sounds like there's really no check or anything to do it, so she shows up.
Yeah. I give her the same rundown of I am the new god of the grave and remembrance. I'm. Apologies about the river of suck. We are working on it. Apologies.
Could
It's
do with a little less suck.
Yes, it's bad. I know. I'm trying to focus on it, but I haven't figured out how to fix it yet. So we're trying to. So in that route, your brother Michael tells me you used to get power from the old gods.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm new. I've been a god for a few months. Months
About
now.
three. About three.
Yeah, a few months now. And I'm looking for insight.
It seems odd to say if you are in fact the new god of the grave, but how can I enlighten you?
That's a good question, but this job didn't come with an instruction book.
Good thing, or there'd be no campaign.
He's taking the Grim out of Grim Reaper.
Yeah. It's like we're trying. I mean, we figured out that getting worshippers gets us power, and theoretically, if I get enough power, I will be eventually able to fix the river. But that's all theory.
I'll be certainly pleased if it is fixed.
Well, which of the old gods did you follow?
As I now have to think, did I make any of those?
Well, you clearly decided she was a cleric.
Roll D8.
Yes, I worship the great god Bill S. Preston.
No, much more likely Theodore Logan.
Which one was Esquire?
I don't remember. It was the military school guy, right?
Yeah, that's Theodore Logan Esquire, then, it?
I don't know. I don't remember that movie that well. Bill and Ted were both people in that movie. Which one was which?
Ted was Keanu Reeves, I'm pretty sure.
Technically, while I own the first two movies, I've never seen them. I don't know the names from that. I know the names from the song, whatever, Ultimate Showdown. So which would you say, Bill S. Preston? My mind obviously automatically goes to Theodore Logan, Spock, The Rock, Doc Ock, and Hulk Hogan. That's just what my brain does.
It was
There's a blast from the past.
for the Esquire. It was William Stanley Preston Esquire.
Oh, so it was Bill. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And Ted was Logan the Third.
So you basically just asked who she worshipped, right?
Yes.
Aladamara.
Yeah.
Make her one of mine.
No.
It's like, you were the follower of the god of tricky. Have you tried the god of imagination?
Don't you do it.
Oh, I'll do it.
Don't you do it.
followed Laura, goddess of magic and of knowledge.
Oh. The god of magic is here in your tower. He's, talking to wizards, I guess.
Yeah, I think presently he's walking around trying to figure out where the archmages have gone off to and why.
Is he here in the room right now?
Make a luck check.
19, so 21.
Yes.
And then I wave him down. I go,
Billy.
Wonka.
Yeah, Wonka. Bonka.
Bonka.
Yeah, Bonka.
Don't
It's
spell
like,
it.
Yeah, what's up, Rolfur?
As
meet
he is in
Maribel.
one of the little stalls, like that other people are using to like practice magic, seems to have like, from what you gather from the amount of time you spent in the room, there seems to basically be an anti-magic field on both sides, leading down to a narrow door. That basically seems to be as magic gets too far out, it gets removed before it affects the other participants. But he's just in one of those with a ghostly spirit.
I'm
of
like,
a
Wonka,
middle-aged woman.
this is Maribel, one of the founders of the tower. She used to follow the god of magic.
Oh. Well,
She did say of magic and knowledge.
Magic and now. That's true. We do have both a knowledge god and a magic god now. There are now two gods.
and it's like, yes, I've been given the power of the god of magic. And we do...
Yeah, knowledge is back at the Capitol cataloging a library.
Oh, just nearby.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the capital.
The
so
great
across
city
the way.
of Degrador.
No, Nexon's the current capital.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh dear.
This land has been conquered by the kingdom.
But she's over there.
Oh,
But yeah, if you wanted, he's one
This
of them.
one was annexed.
Yeah. Annexed. Well, I was looking for the archmages, but apparently they're out at the moment. But say if you were the founder of the tower, you might actually be a better source of what I've been looking for.
They had three
Sounds-
founders.
And I'm assuming that so they get to just talk to everyone.
Yeah, I just summoned up a ghost.
Okay. So first off, just to connect two things, his comment: they have three founders. You've learned they have three archmages.
And it's like,
Maybe not a coincidence.
oh, okay, so there's three archmages, three founders. That must have been something that they passed down as the tradition. Interesting. Well, all of the archmages are gone at the moment, from what I learned. But anyway, pleasure to meet you, Maribel.
She extends her ghostly hand.
I create an illusionary hand to form the shake.
The illusionary hand is made of tentacles and chocolate.
But I'd say the thing that I want to know is what I can actually, since I want to provide the assistance of improving magic throughout the world, I'm wondering what I can do in order to get wizards to be on board with it.
Well, I mean, the whole more kitties. Well, I mean, in general, if you're expanding magic, many wizards will be on board with it. At least those who followed in the footsteps we laid forth to spread the knowledge of magic once the gods vanished.
Well, currently I have the ability to give people the access to manipulate water, summon familiars without the need for material components, and the ability to recover a moderate amount of spell energy per day. But maybe there's something else that I would be able to accomplish around here to better show off what I can provide. And I'm still growing at the moment, So I'm still trying to figure out what to do.
In my day, before the disappearance, the gods were in fact capable of granting magic directly, avoiding the direct need for study through tomes and books, setting it aside as tertiary to the actual ability to wield the magic.
Yeah, clerical talents. Some of us are capable of doing that now, but it's new.
Yeah, it's something that's come. I haven't gotten that yet.
I discovered that mystery.
Same here.
I'd say if you're a learned person and you've kind of experienced what's going on the other side, do you have any insights that might be something that we could latch on to potentially figure out how to deal with the afterlife? Anything that you might have noticed or gleaned?
Yeah, I believe you could talk to... I do apologize. Things are foggier with time. Was it Rolfur?
Yes.
Yeah, the great god here.
Seemed to have researched some knowledge of where we are kept now.
Yeah, I'm aware of the plane, but the question is how do we manipulate it and get you guys out?
Before the gods left, they each had at least a plane of their own. Some vast, some numerous. Whether it be its own paradise that each person had personally, or large, expansive regions that we would go to as followers. In group upon death. But it seems when the gods left, those left with them.
Yeah, the afterlife does seem to be the hitching point of how we fix the river, but I think we need more power before we can do that.
Because there are powerful arcane spells that are able to create planes, but how do we mess with the ones, or the one that kind of exists already?
Yeah, I imagine it's something we need more power for.
Yeah, so might be a matter of us getting more people to follow us to give us the power to do so.
Anyway, so does Maribel, do you know anything about why the gods left? Where they went?
No. No, she was just suddenly gone. I woke up in the morning and I felt hollow. And all that she had empowered me to do was gone.
Yeah, that tracks. That seems to be the common story. Anyone who was dead when they left went with the gods, and anyone who was alive lost track of them. And nobody really knows what happened.
But we at least have somebody here with first-hand experience, and
Yes, which is the first person I've found that actually isn't secondhand. So that more or less confirms that it's definitely something funky happened.
well, if you actually know the names of the gods, and if you could tell Rolfur that at least put that in our what we know.
I did know them. It might take some time to recall. It's so much time in the river. Everything's just foggy.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind talking to her for a bit to see what her insights on magic are.
Yeah, I mean, you talk and you kind of discover, first off, that hers tended to be a lot more knowledge and theory-based. One of you make a luck check.
Does that include me?
18.
18. She brings up, when recalling, things that she's done and such, she'll bring up, she built a library, which halts time as you enter it, to give you all the time you need to learn and to study.
Yeah, I had somebody from the tower lead me up there when I asked about how to put more time in the day, and led me to the library.
Of course, yes. I'm glad to hear the magic chords after my passing. I was not sure it would.
Interesting. So how did you figure out how to make magic permanent? Much less the time manipulation stuff.
It's simple acts of enchanting. I presume, do you still have carpets to fly and swords that wreath themselves in flame?
I mean, I'm sure those things do exist. I don't have any of them myself. When I need to fly a carpet, I use telekinesis.
At least in our day, there were items through which you could hold magic in. I simply...
Pull out my flute, yes.
So the room is no different than a very large item.
Hmm. Do we actually have enchanting rules in 5e?
Kind of. Nothing for making an enchanted item that's not already in the book. But...
Well...
And the rules include things like going on a quest and just sort of determining what challenge rating of creature or obstacle you must surpass to get what you need for it and such, but...
So, they might have access to your everyday material components, but maybe the special ones that you need to do something extraordinary to get hold of, those might be a bit more of a low stock type of situation. Well, I'd say since you're the follower of the God of Magic and Knowledge, what can you tell me about her appeal?
Well, in part, it was... I was always quite bookish. From a young age, even. And really the desire for power in my teen years led me directly seeking there. Though, again, the warning comes now that that was more temporary than I had expected. If anything, some years lost compared to those who took a more patient approach.
that answer my question?
What was the appeal? The appeal was a quick grab for power.
Oh, okay. So,
I liked books. I wanted power now. And worshipping a divine being seemed a lot easier way to get it than learning, studying to be a wizard. But my siblings who went on to study to be wizards didn't have to start late once the divine magic disappeared.
gotcha.
How does it answer my question? That's great.
I felt like that was Ryan's asking, not Billy asking. I was like,
Yeah. It's like, wait, what?
I also did not understand how that answered his question, to be fair.
And it's like, yeah, it was just like, okay, well, I can tell him worship me, and you can get magic power, I suppose. That's what I'm getting from the conversation.
yes, she says. To answer you, however, no, because you hadn't choose that ability yet.
Not for clerics, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can still worship me and gain magical power. I do have my votary stuff.
Yeah. Just a lot less of it.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'm going to go and start proselytizing to the wizards. Or see if they need anything that I can do to help them at the tower here.
What about you, Rolfur? What are you doing while he's doing that?
Well,
You talk to her more, or?
so it looks like there's really not much that we can do there. Because, yeah, that more or less confirms the dead end that nobody's going to know what happened to the gods, because that stuff was high level.
You've at least learned that what you gather was a moderate level follower,
Yeah.
like cleric, of arcane knowledge did not know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, you're not really sure, but I know that you did at one point say that it sounded like it's something that maybe was not intentional, but it might be something that one of the gods did intentionally. It's possible if you find the right one of their followers, people might have known, but...
Yeah, we can follow it up, but most likely it's looking like the process that I'm using. I'm not going to get much information about the gods by summoning up the souls of the dead now.
Probably not.
Yeah. Probably not.
You also do note as older souls that there seems to be some sort of wear with the river.
Oh, I believe it. That place is not fun to be in. I believe it.
She seemed to still recall things that were of more direct connection and importance, but everything that was kind of on that outside part of the mind just isn't coming. isn't pulling up.
I don't know. You might look for like a high-level cleric of death and grave domain and see what they have to say.
Yeah, that would take a while.
Oh.
Well, whatever. We'll give her some rundowns. Let her know. Give her the rundown of all the new gods, magic, the knowledge god got us back in. If she wants.
Yeah,
it does appear, based that most likely we're going to have to make our own afterlives, and that's how we fix the river problem. So
what do you have in mind for yours?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the world's a mess. I'm a big record keeper guy myself. I want to keep track of all those that live and die and what they've done, what they've accomplished.
But what do you have in mind for your afterlife?
Administration.
Strong sales pitch there.
When you come to mine, it will be filled with monuments and tons of bookkeeping.
Yeah, for my afterlife, no, administration. My goal is to literally be like the entry booth for the dead. To keep track of everyone who dies and make sure they get where they're going. None of that undead nonsense.
Name
None of that soul trapping shenanigans.
Cause of death.
You ever see this movie? And it's a little obscure. It's called Beetlejuice.
Yeah. No, none of that. The dead need to get there, and people need to remember it. I'd also like there to... the old gods had works. I want to have a big holiday where the dead can visit their living relatives. But that's like my entire ambition. Fix the river, make afterlives, create a holiday for the dead.
And ask people to take a number.
Yeah, that's my entire game plan.
I'm going on the holiday with you.
I'd like to help.
Yeah,
But
like
right
it.
now, I'm mostly just trying. I'll give her that, and then I'm just trying to make sure that she leaves this. She goes back to the river with a god under her belt if she wants it, so she's on the waiting list when we figure out how afterlives work.
Austin, I'm
Well,
going
you're
on
the only one
holiday.
that you can speak on, and
Well, if she could, during the talk, we could
joining you, Austin.
talk to me.
I'll rest them if they need it.
Nah, I'll mention both him and our knowledge goddess back in the capital.
yeah, so she knows of them.
So if she wants to dedicate to them, you could be on their waiting list. Alternatively, if you change your mind later, I'll shuffle you somewhere else. I'm not going to get possessive over followers. If you just want to be on my waiting list, pro tempore, as I'm pretty confident that I am the person who's taking this as the highest priority.
Make a persuasion check with that statement.
Yeah, it's like, are you even allowed to do that? I have no idea. 23.
Yeah, you can get another follower with that.
10.
Just when it comes down to, I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible. It's like, oh, what gets me out of the river soonest? She didn't really like your idea for afterlife and doesn't know what theirs are. So from a picky standpoint, she couldn't make a decision. From the, I'm going to try and do it soon, you could probably change your mind later. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. You want to shuffle someone else's afterlife? That's good. Yes, I am the afterlife's waiting room. It's where you can trial mode all the other afterlives.
You're terrible.
You know, you feel like you feel like you really want to go into like the the war god's afterlife, but you're not sure. Come to my afterlife. We'll set up a room for you. You can test it out.
I support this just because that means he's going to give us followers in return.
Yeah, he is.
So I will send you to
That is
best
literally
part
the
of
goal, because I'm not allowed to claim the entire river. I have to find a way to make my afterlife the primary afterlife.
The thing is, there is upcoming, especially with your newest knowledge, the potential of you claiming the entire river. Individuals, I mean, well, you don't have the river itself, of just getting everyone out. Like, now that you know to do that and you have an ability to summon them forth, that is a possibility.
Yeah.
One of which, my thought was, what if he just shoots up to be the most followers from it and it's but it now looks like the potential is that your number might shoot. Like, I can actually at this point foresee a possibility that you go up and then back down in divine rank at a certain point.
Hey man, so long as I'm able to put the pegs in the board first, I'm fine. Behold, I'm the god of the grave and self-sacrifice.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Otherwise, yeah, once Maribel gone, I'm going to try and summon up the soul of the god of knowledge and magic.
No.
Yeah, didn't think that would work.
Not in the river.
Didn't think it'd work. Had to try.
It's like, I know the name now. Oh
Well, I
man,
guess-
what would the game be if I said yes?
Worship me. I am now the god of magic and knowledge.
Where did you go?
That's a loophole.
How did you die?
No. Since I'm basically at a dead end with the learning about the gods, I'm just going to grassroots this, and I'm just going to start pulling people in and saying, "Hey, I found a way to fix the river. It involves one god getting strong enough to make an afterlife. It probably won't be great, but it can be temporary until everyone else gets catched up."
Okay.
So I'm going to try and grassroots a solve the river campaign by just summoning up spirit after spirit.
Are you able
after
just to
spirit.
summon random?
Well, first I got to go 3 for 3
Okay. Make
and get the other triplet.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, obviously.
Make a persuasion check on Marieth.
Got to roll below a 10 sooner or later. 11.
She's seeming a
No.
bit more reserved, is more the type to try and probably make a decision later. Let's. If anything, you feel almost like the reservation of she doesn't believe the gods are back.
I mean, you cannot believe it, but I'm the only person who can summon your soul from the river, and I'm not sure anybody else can do that.
Okay,
I'll-
back in the
but I'll-
torture river for you. Change your
What?
mind.
But I will put your name in the book, and I will come back to you when that comes up.
Otherwise, yeah. So, does your ability just let you summon randomly?
I have to know who they are.
So you're mostly summoning people from the cities you've traveled to because you have memorized books of names.
Yes.
Got it.
And we're just going through the list and trying to get them to, like,
so-
worship me. It's like, no, okay. You go in the book, and I'll try to get back to you when we come around to fixing the river.
Back in the river you go.
Is it an action to summon and is it action to dismiss?
We never fully defined it, but I assume it's an action. I'm
Okay.
only allowed to have one, so I don't need to dismiss it.
You
I
summon
just have
another
to,
one.
you know,
Okay. Okay. As you're getting to this point in the conversation, you do notice the room outside is definitely emptying out.
I guess it's the end of the day.
It's the end of the day. People are going to bed.
That's fine. I give as I can. I don't need to do this here. I can just do it on the boat.
Okay, so you head back to the boat. Billy, do you head back to the boat as your people to question are going to bed?
Oh.
Or do you catch anyone and have anything specific you want to ask or say before?
Oh, I didn't have any additional time.
You have a little bit, but I mean, at the point where you finished talking to her, was when people were starting to close things up, finish up conversations, go to bed. Like, you can catch people. Like, it's not like a bell rang and everyone gets up and goes. But once you finish the conversation, you're noticing, like, if you are talking to someone, you don't feel like it's going to be a long conversation because in general people are.
Okay, yeah, I asked them if there's like a guest room where I could lay down for the night.
There are chambers that can be rented for 2 gold.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so they'll lead you back to the bottom floor where one of the people in there can facilitate that, and then they'll take you back up to a chamber. Yeah, it's very luxurious room. From the area that they lead you into it and how close the doors are to each other, compared to the size of the room, you gather it's probably some little extra dimensional space in here. But otherwise, large, cushy bed, private washing area, small little garden with fountain kind of thing on a balcony that sort of just looks out into stars. Like, there is no floor below. It's just like out in the middle of where you kind of go on the side as if it were the side of a tower, but just stars. If you spend very much time there, you do notice the stars do connect the constellations to mark them.
Oh, okay, so they've got like fully drawn constellations.
Yeah, it's like if you spend enough time watching them, it shows you to make sure.
Might as well do that while settling down for the bed for the night. I'm going to go ahead and use Lynx's luck, and then I'm going to make that permanent.
Got it.
You gave yourself permanent enhanceability.
Yes.
Hey man, that's good. Advantage on luck is nothing to sneeze about.
Yeah. And Lynx's luck is a portion of another spell.
It's part of enhanceability.
Well, just saying as far as... Because you can permanency multiple things. Like magic items, you cannot benefit from the same thing multiple times. Is to say you can't permanency every version of that same spell because it's one spell.
Okay.
You could obviously replace it later with a new version and permanency it if you want to change it, but... but that's like, let's just from the beginning clarify on that.
Alrighty.
Was that your goal?
Well, we'll see. Let's see how it went.
Okay.
Can you permanency spells that other people cast?
Yeah. I'm not limited to that. I'm limited on the duration of the spell itself.
Yep. Yeah.
How long does the spell have to be for it to be permanency?
Minimum 1 hour.
Oh, interesting.
Would you like to permanency Death Ward on the whole team?
Would you like to permanency Pass Without a Trace on the whole team?
I only get one a day, so I have to make use of it.
Yep, but eventually...
Eventually, we will have lots of permanent buffs.
Eventually, there's a point where I'm like, man, is giving him that ability gonna overshadow a lot of the stuff on the divine abilities? Maybe.
Probably. Permanent buffs, man.
Yeah, by permanency Pass
As you just
Without a
make what
Trace
you
on
guys have called
myself,
the Pantheon more powerful than all the other...
if I permanency Pass Without a Trace upon myself, let's see, it's 10, 20... The lowest I can get on a stealth check would be 39.
Okay. Rolfur's headed back to the boat. Terry is doing work around that area and then going back to the boat. Billy staying at the Wizard's Tower. Old man, what were you doing after you left?
I was going to find Maxwell.
Maxwell. Okay, so you're... And because he's a follower of yours, you just get to...
Know where he is.
Know where he is? Okay. So you're headed there. Stan, you had been out feeding people mush. So, feeding the poor. So as it gets...
Well, they can go buy better food if they want, but, you know...
There are some people that, you know, no one is happy with it, but there are some people that are not complaining about it.
You can talk to the manager. As some in my Guardian of Faith just got that next time. You talk to the manager if you like.
So as it gets towards evening, what do you...
Well, I'll keep doing that and see if I can get another mugger. Find that again. We'll go check in on the people at the base. The usual dinner time.
Okay, you're heading back towards the boat for evening.
Yeah. And then at night, just go try and draw muggers. I'll see how bad this town is.
You're kind of keeping an eye, obviously, in the alleys kind of as you go. You pass by one and you see some guy like trying to punch at an illusion of what appears to be Terry.
A holier version of Terry, yes.
I give him the gold.
You shouldn't reward hitting fat people.
You want to tip on his punch, you don't want to lift up and swing better.
Yeah, you gotta rotate from the hip.
Yeah.
You
Put your whole body into it, not just your arm. Cool. Have a nice day.
And there are some, there's some level of like sewage vacation, vacating the city. Like there's something for that underground. There's a sewage system here. And you've passed by a number of grates. That's what they're for. That's where they would access. You do notice in one alley, one of those grates just has what sort of not quite steam, more just that feels almost like that visible bit of air that the others didn't, like almost like hot breath on cold air kind of thing. But one of the grates that you pass sort of it just has a bit of a different look to it, like the air coming out of it.
Oh, that's good. What's going on with that?
Yeah. This one is bolted down, but otherwise it's just sort of a grated, cross-hatched grate. It just kind of goes deep into the dark underground, back of an alley.
Go to the back of that alley, see what that leads to.
Yeah, no, you go to the back of the alley, and that's what you find. Is that grate.
What building's connected to it?
There's a warehouse on two sides of it, and the other seems to be someone's house.
Knowledge Arcana to figure out what the steam is or what's causing it?
No.
Knowledge Survival?
Nature?
Nature, yeah.
I don't have anything on that, unfortunately. 17.
17. It's probably some sort of temperature difference from whatever's down here that is different than what is inside the other sewer systems, which means that this hole might not connect to the same place that those do.
What would cause a special sewage system?
I got a better question for you. Why are you investigating this?
I don't know. Why is this a big deal? I don't understand. I feel like I'm missing something.
No, you found a grate. He described the grate. What are you gonna do?
It is something unusual. Whether or not you want to work with it, whether you want to let someone else to work with it, or whether you want to say, whatever, and kick dirt into it, it's all up to you.
You should do what Bob would do, which is poop in it.
Can't argue with that math.
Yes, I can.
That is a good idea. I will mention it to
I've
the
done
man.
exactly one thing. This is not like a new thing.
That's one more than what I've done.
Old man
Oh,
seems
You've
to
done it
know.
in other campaigns, too?
It feels like an expert's opinion.
I forgot I upper decked him in that campaign, and then had to describe to Adam what an upper deck was.
For shame.
Yeah, that was Nick's
You want to do it for the
mom's
audience?
house.
You want to tell them what an upper decker is?
It's disgusting. Don't do it. We're done.
We're
with
not
that
discussing that in
conversation.
this campaign. You can ask after the session.
Go watch the Mutants and Mastermind campaign if you want to know.
Alright, so Stan, the healer man, sees a grate, goes underground, makes a mental note of it, and moves on.
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
talk about that later.
Old man, you get to Maxwell's. He's seems to be on an upper floor of some house that has like its separate staircase leading directly like it's a house and like the top floor is a separate dwelling.
Okay, I dimension door through his door onto the other side.
Just blindly into the other side.
Yep.
Make a dexterity save.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That's 28.
28. So, directly on the other side of his door, he has wedged a chair up underneath the handle just as an extra security measure. And your dimensioning door, like, right into it. And you manage to just kind of lift it so the chair just kind of flips forward off the door and you just sit down into it as you appear into the room, like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and be like, yeah, meant to do that.
As he like looks over from his seating thing, jumps at first, and then realizes who you are.
So Maxwell, I have some questions for you.
I hope I have some
About-
answers.
Excellent. How do you actually feel for your lady love?
You mean like strongly?
Insight check?
What?
I don't think I've used insight.
Hey Adam, just so on the same page. Quick pipe. I could fit down it, couldn't I?
It'd be a bit of a tight squeeze. Terry couldn't, but you, yeah, I mean, you could.
It's a 20 on my insight.
But you've already gone back to the boat, so you can decide if you come back to it or not later. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, you gather he does have strong feelings for her. You do notice the avoidance of, say, committing to saying that he loves her.
I get up and I walk.
But you're
over
not
to
sure if that's not just him not being sure what that is, based just on, you know, early 20s. It's kind of like the age range they're falling in, so.
I walk over to him and I say, take my cane and like tip his chin up so he's looking at me. You need to be a bit more assertive with yourself. This involves a change of fate, both you and her. I've went to her place and I've left a message for her father, of sorts, and a message for her. And if she agrees and you agree, what I intend to do is get both of you to Oubliette. What's the main city's name?
You mean the capital of your kingdom?
Yes.
Nexon.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you on the king's ship to Nexon, where you'll hook up with other followers of mine and be together and be employed. Specifically, be in my employ. You'll go forth, be able to live a better life in a place where there's money, instead of not living this hovel of a dwelling. Are you willing to commit to her, and more importantly, to me?
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna give myself advantage. Natural 20!
Four.
That's good advantage.
For the record, advantage should be before the roll.
I
His-
can
his-
just use charisma.
Yeah, it's his ability.
It's my
though.
piety thing. I can just give myself advantage. Persuasion.
Technically, he always has advantage on the charisma ones.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just choosing whether or not to roll it.
34?
He just quickly and strongly answers yes.
Excellent. Pack up your things.
Picks up a bag.
Perfect.
He's literally rented a room here after someone tried to kill him to hide it.
I say, will you need anything else from this town?
Just my woman.
Excellent. I'll bring her to you. I put my hand on his shoulder and I dimension door. I'd probably have to set it up beforehand to start like just 500 feet down the road.
Yeah, you. Fair
And
enough.
I just start walking him down, and I go ahead and give him the second stage of being a follower. The thing where he can disguise himself.
Okay.
And I just like say, I suggest you take advantage of my gifts, dear boy. He can cast disguise self on himself, charisma modifier a number of times, prolong rest.
Okay.
Yeah, he can do it once. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. So I'm gonna walk him back to the ship. And
You're
be
taking him
like,
to the ship? Okay. So.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell him that I'm gonna need him to write a note for me to give to her.
Okay. Meanwhile, back at the ship, Rolfur, Terry, Stan, and Alice are all convening.
I don't know if I'd call that convening, but
How's everybody's, how's the day gone?
pretty good. Talked to some dead wizards, learned some stuff.
Anything a wizard might find interesting?
Not a whole lot, unfortunately.
Alright. Well, if you, they
Well,
wouldn't have...
that's true. I didn't exactly ask them wizard questions.
Ah.
But the Wizard's Tower does apparently have like an entire restricted wing that's probably full of wizard spell stuff. Because it wasn't in the regular library.
Hmm. Well, I, don't know what to say about that place.
It's pretty nice.
They tried to disintegrate you.
Yeah, I think I need to give it a little bit of time before I, try that again.
But yeah, they were pretty nice.
Banishing the secretary is kind of bad, isn't it?
I mean, he walked in rudely.
It's not the secretary, it was like the door guard.
Yeah.
The first line of defense if someone was actually attacking the place.
I'm just saying, David, every time I go into a place, people roll out the red carpet, I get gifts, I got a desk.
I love that you didn't count the money. You didn't
No, I might have
take
to give the desk
money.
back. I don't want to know.
You just hold
It's my desk.
Well, I
It's a
put
very
out
nice
some.
desk.
and then I made you leave the oil.
In the city.
Like if you're not sure, like that's like a 2.5 foot wide, like diameter barrel that's like 4 feet tall of
Yeah,
oil.
I know. I had to turn to a huge ape to move it.
Yeah, it's huge.
I know. That's
And
why
it's like, where
really
did that
funny
go?
I
That was
played
downstairs in that room. As the guards are trying to figure out what happened, and that among all the things that disappeared from the room, everything else, like they could see someone breaking in and taking. But the entire barrel of oil doesn't fit through the trapdoor.
I know. Isn't it a wonderful joke? Now you're getting my character. It's really funny.
Alright, well, since we didn't
Mischief
really have
managed.
too much that actually went on here, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my apron points for the day and pop out start armoring our crew. Who has what
More future
armor?
gorilla poo?
Hmm?
More future gorilla poo?
Future gorilla what?
Never mind. I said future gorilla poo.
Oh.
Oh,
I guess it was cutting out.
Yep.
a Bob reference.
So what kind of armor proficiencies do people have?
Light armor.
Heavy plate.
Alright.
I'm armored in deception.
I'm armored in secrets.
Yeah, I was hoping that there would be like a armor that helps against spell saves, but it doesn't look like there is.
Well, my armor's special already. Like,
Oh, you have armor already. Okay.
yeah, like, I don't need anything special. If you can enhance my armor, that'd be pretty sweet. Which you've already done once with the whole diamond encrusting.
Medium armor, not made of metal.
What?
What?
Alice.
Yeah, druid.
Alice is a
Why
druid.
could it? Druids can have metal
Oh.
armor now.
But they
That's
don't.
What?
But they don't.
Dark skin?
Yeah, you get around that by essentially making like bone and
It
hide
says
versions.
armor proficiencies: light armor, medium armor, shields. Druids will not wear armor or use shields made of metal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the metal thing's still there, because for a while there you couldn't use metal weapons except scimitars for reasons.
Sickles.
Sickles. And yes, there is no restriction on, for metal weapons. It is only armor, and technically it's a will not a cannot restriction.
If you want me to class. Oh, well, he left. Oh, Vietnamese back.
Well, I was thinking of making myself full plate mithril armor because it's light enough that it's not going to affect me terribly.
Well,
A lot of mithril.
Counts as a medium if it's full plate, isn't it? I
Not
thought
in
that's what it is.
edition.
It lowered the armor thing of it to a medium instead of a heavy.
Not in 5th edition.
Oh, that sucks.
But it does prevent it gets rid of disadvantage on stealth checks and any strength requirement. So Stan doesn't need any. Rolfur does medium, so I need to start thinking about what kind of
A light armor.
light armor, right? And Alice does medium.
Are you making a magical armor, or are you just making armor?
It can be magical.
Yeah, I am also light armor.
Okay.
Okay,
We're-
if you
we're
can
both bars.
go ahead and copy.
Are you even there?
No,
No.
I'm at the wizards.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet either.
No, he's in a cushy extra-dimensional room.
All right. Well, I mean, make I can reskin dragon scale armor to be some kind of beautiful celestial thing. Let's see. What about Rolfur? Do you have anything that seems like you might like off the top of your head?
No, I generally don't use much armor.
Okay. So something that glamored armor. Probably glamored armor for Rolfur.
If you're making
Okay.
armor, I could use armor for my followers.
Wait, you can enchant. Can you enchant armor, or do you have to make it into armor? Like, if I provided you the armor, can you put that glamour thing on it?
Glamored is not a generic variant, so that would be a DM call if I could put glamour onto something.
He's the god of forging.
I agree,
What?
but Adam likes rules.
Okay, I'm sorry. What do you? What are you mean a DM variant? What do you?
Generic variant.
Yeah.
What book is this? GGR, Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, introduces generic variants. So like Mithril or the +1 bonuses, Living, Last Stand, all the resistances. They are in Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, page 179, I think. Talks about generic variants of armor. And amongst that list, glamour is not one. There is a light glamored. I just had it. Light armor, glamored. Glamored studded leather is from the Dungeon Master's Guide. So I can make
Oh, it's
one.
not just an enchantment you slap on the back end?
Yeah, I don't know what you're actually referring to.
Generic variants?
Yeah. Good Master's Guide to
Never
Ravnica,
mind,
page
okay.
179, has Misium Apparatus, which is a wondrous item. Misium Armor, which this suit of armor is reinforced with a magically enhanced metal alloy called Misium, which is made in, is it foundries, where you're
To be
wearing
fair,
armor?
To be fair, Misium was the generic variant that I was looking at the time. But yeah,
Okay,
so that's where I got that page number. So
okay, well that's
Sorry.
that's where Misium Armor is.
okay. Well, I don't know why there's a lot of things that are listed as on the website that I use. I don't know why a lot of things are listed as specific books, and then some generic. But then I don't. Yeah.
So does it say Glamored is a generic variant? Is that?
No, that is not one of the ones that is listed as generic variant. So I mean, maybe it's arbitrary.
I don't know what generic variant is referencing and what
Yeah,
ability I've given you.
No, exactly. Like the whole. Well, don't worry about the ability part. It's the definition of generic variant. Maybe that's just an arbitrary thing that this website used,
Probably.
rather than an actual rule. So my apologies.
Yeah, if it's not part of the rule that I gave, then I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what it comes down to is, Adam, you cool with me putting glamour on his armor?
If you, I mean, again, I
the
don't
cost-
remember what your abilities can do, but if that is
For the cost of a glamored armor, can I put glamour on his armor?
yeah.
Okay.
How much is what does glamour even do? It's just an enchantment. I think he.
Let's
enchants
see.
them, right?
You can make it look like we want.
Yeah, probably just looks like clothing.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
just
yeah,
a
that'd be
DMG
perfect.
major tier
So
magic item.
in your musings just there, as you're talking to the group, you mentioned something about dragon scale.
I said that I could probably just like reskin dragon scale to be something like celestial holy silk or whatever, rather than actual like leather, if I'm just making it out of thin air like I do out of my divine ability. Or I could just make dragon scale for her. That would work too. I just
In
didn't
talking
think
about it, she'd be like, she pauses for a moment. She sort of thinks as you then carry on to
Mhm.
discussing things with Stan that you could
Yeah.
possibly do as she's kind of sitting there.
All right. So then it comes
Okay,
down
how much
to
gold
And
have
she
you?
kind of then brings up, with
Hmm?
dragon scales, I gather we'd need to find the dragon. Do we know where? Well, I guess they're probably here too. But Elliot mentioned a moonstone dragon.
Ooh. Sure, why not?
I mean, I'm in no
Describe-
hurry for anything, anyways.
I mean, I could try to do that.
Can
I mean,
you get me the name of a dead dragon?
Yeah, we could talk about it and ask about its skin.
well, I don't know if there's much of a library around here.
It's pretty big in the Wizard's Tower.
I'm not allowed there. No wizards allowed.
Don't attack the entrance with
Like,
magic.
What happened?
Again, there was a gem in the rough, and I thought it was just another part of the rough. My bad.
Okay, what really happened? Documentarian, go.
Huh? What? Oh no, I attacked them.
Yeah, he attacked them and they weren't pleased with that.
They tried to
Why
disintegrate
did you
him.
attack them?
Look. Have you looked at the city? Everything's rough and tumble. I thought a display of power was going to be the best way to show dominance.
Tried to T-pose on the wizards.
And they've said, there are more of us. Ultimately, we have more power.
Oh no, like, I didn't back off because I didn't think that I could do it.
You backed off because you felt like you'd have to kill enough of them that you still wouldn't get what you want.
No, I backed off because it was the wrong choice. It was a bad move.
So you went and picked on the nerds, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I mean, it would have worked up in the Jade Country, but, you know,
These nerds fight back.
our ways are, I guess, barbaric in comparison.
Yes.
I mean, while we were in Nexum, it took me the first few days to realize that people weren't just dueling out their problems.
I'm glad you survived. You
I
healing?
didn't. I died. Oh,
You
at the Wizard's Tower? No, that was fine. Yeah. I thought you meant like
Here.
the whole dueling out problems thing. That's how I died.
That's how he's here.
I mean, it worked out in the end, so it clearly worked. You lived.
There's a few reasons I'm not
Are you
fond of
still
the
there?
idea of going back to the Jade Country.
You still
I
have
mean,
family
I
there.
suppose it there.
Yeah, and it would be a disgraceful thing for me to show up alive.
We built you this monument.
Good thing your armor's diamond.
You know, if you just worship me, I can give you disguised self every day.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Just worship me. Worship me.
You're not there. Well, yeah, okay, so what it comes down to then
You can
with the
worship
armors-
me. It's
About
your
that
chance to
time,
lie.
he shows up with someone else in tow.
So,
This one with them?
hi, John.
You don't know that name.
All right, my bad. Like, hey, old man.
I turn to the guy. I go,
Excellent.
"That's the god of craft, god of imagination, god." Vic, you're there, yeah?
Yep.
All right, Ryan's not there. So
Yeah, Ryan's
that's the
not.
god of craft, goddess of light, and god of remembrance. He will need you to write down his name in his book, or he'll fill out some paperwork for you. I walk him over and sit him down at the table. I go,
We also have a god of imagination. Just kind of imagine he's here.
I'm like,
He kind of looks around for, am I supposed to laugh?
I sit him down and I go, "This is the god of remembrance. Do not lie to the god of remembrance. You tell him the information that is required of you, because that is where it will live. And also, he's the one who will take care of souls and things of that nature. God of remembrance. This is a new disciple of
I'd
mine.
like, that's not necessarily. We haven't just talked about that
No one's
entirely.
talking to you.
Last on the list for armors. Gotcha.
I already have armor.
The dude can polymorph and turn invisible. He doesn't care about your armor.
I have armor.
Yeah, he's also rich, so, you know.
So,
Maxwell
I
is
sit him
just
down
taking
there.
this in. As he's like, I have a boat. It's where I hang out with the other gods.
And I'm like, this young man, bit of a star-crossed lover situation, and I'm going to go and rescue his lady love and bring her back.
rescue or
that
kidnap.
we can relocate them to Nexon and they'll be safe.
You need assistance.
Oh, no. It's
Res-
a bit of a
Rescue or kidnap.
rescue. Oh, I pull out paper. I open up the portable hole, go in there, get paper from the desk, and put it down before him and go, I need you to write a note for her to let her know that you are, in fact, still alive. I left
When'd
her a
you-
note, but it's not the same.
Just kind of peeking in. When did you get a desk in there?
I've always had a desk. Close it.
It's
He,
a nice desk.
he writes the note.
So, who wants highest priority on the armor stuff? Who do we think should have the highest priority for that?
Person with the lowest AC and Alice.
Mainly Alice.
Alice was more keen on the, I have a fancy request. I know it'll probably take a while because we'll have to figure out where one of these dragons is, if they even exist in this world and not just in that other one.
Alright. So, Rolfur, do you give a shit?
About the armor?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Okay.
Adam,
Could
is he
I
filling out
get in a
the,
book?
is he filling
Can
out
we
the
skip
paper I
out a little bit?
requested? Okay. Have I gotten any prayers from the spy master, the steward?
You've gotten some basic updates, essentially, but nothing.
Alright, well, next time he sends me an update, I'm going to send him back, keep praying, we need to talk. And then inform him of my plan of sending this kid back with his lady,
Okay.
and the changes that might be being made to this.
Okay.
And if he has any agents in the area that could either help me or I can put in charge of
For
this
ease of it, let's go ahead and say within the next hour or so he probably will, so let's take care of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also waiting for the prayers of the girl or her father.
Yeah, that I know of. I know when they get their stuff.
Okay, so it's basically the things I do is let him know what I'm doing and then ask him if he has anyone in the area that he wants me to install in this gang. Or if he has someone in the gang that I need to install as the head of the gang, or if the head of the gang is already one of ours and I can just bully him.
In the city, there are independent agents that are not tied to any of the groups and that as of this point, they've just kept the groups small enough that none of them are effective to do anything of much power, and they spend half of their time dealing with each other to...
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get one group to take over all the others so that we can control the city through my influence.
Yeah, I mean, that's... if you want to dedicate the effort to it, feel free, but we've just been keeping them small where it's not enough of a nuisance to affect things.
Well, either way, I'm sending the kid back to be part of my network. You probably won't have to deal with him, but...
Okay. Yes, Terry?
Rolfur, I need you to give me an idea of what kind of materials they had for sale in the tower, odds and ends, because I'd like to give you a shopping list of sorts to help out with these.
I have no idea. I didn't go where they were selling things.
All right. Well, I need you to do that tomorrow. In that case, I think I'm gonna put all of the armors on the back burner then, because I can do those while we're on route to places. But if I can stock up on like diamond dust, gold dust, silver dust, ointments, just things along those lines, then just things that I would have to like go through effort to make, like go through multiple steps. If you could like just go and pick them up for me at the Wizard's Tower, that would be helpful.
Sure.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do that gold statue today.
Okay.
And chunk that down into usable funds for, and just hand that off to Rolfur.
Okay.
So that would be 3, 6, 9 uses of my coat, of my yeah, and then I spend time chunking that down.
So as Maxwell is here writing out his letter, sitting at this table that you guys are all just sort of gathered around, golden statue, and you start cutting it up into... And as he's maybe halfway through his note, Zachariah comes and sits down next to him eating an apple. Don't let him impress you too much. They got as much problems as we do.
More, really.
He's not wrong.
We got 99
he's the chosen atheist that Billy has taken to travel along with you. He's just like, nah.
And now he's a mouse.
Yep. We got 99 problems, and a river of souls is one of them.
He is a mouse, by the way, Adam.
You just said that?
Yes.
Wait, what? Like legit?
Yeah, he's a mouse.
I mean, technically I get like a save for that. What's my save?
DC 18.
Well, he's a mouse.
What?
Look at that! I like doubled your amount of apple you had.
Which suggests that he was that tall before.
Just glare at the old man.
Why? He's getting lippy. We're divine beings.
I dispel magic on it.
You also need to make a check.
Well, what kind of check do I need to make?
I have no idea. You'd have to look it up.
What level is dispel magic?
3rd.
It's a 4th level spell, which means he has to do a DC check against the thing it should say in dispel magic.
DC
can I
is
just-
equal to 14.
It's like a what kind of check?
Ability.
Intelligence proficiency?
Intelligence check.
Alright, so I get +9 to that.
It's just a straight intelligence. You get +9.
Oh, I thought you said it was magic. So don't I get proficiency?
No.
You make an ability check that uses your spellcasting ability.
So he gets proficiency too?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's just intelligence.
All right.
He would get half proficiency if he was a bard, but he's not.
Which he's not.
Nice. Well, I rolled a 16,
Yeah,
so I
you
think
totally
we're fine.
It. No, you totally dispel it.
Like I said, they got problems. He has traveled like, what was it, close to a month with you?
Yeah.
I didn't turn him into a fish. It would have only lasted like an hour.
Could be. He just
I
unfazed by
cast plus on him.
it.
I've never polymorphed him before.
Nope.
Plus.
He's
You know, seeing how unfazed he is, we might let him stay a mouse more longer than that next time.
I just look over and smile.
But Maxwell will finish the letter.
So Maxwell finishes his letter for the lady.
Mm-hmm.
I go in and inform the captain about what's going on. He can argue with me, but it's not going to work.
Are you telling him it's time to leave, or?
No. That Maxwell and the new lady are both going to be staying on the ship and transport back to Nexon. And that we are not telling people about this if they come in inquiring. Oh, I know he doesn't care. I'm just letting him know.
As long as they're going back to the same port they are intending to go back to, then they're fine.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Do you know when we're leaving yet?
Not yet.
Alright, let me know when we set off. We might need as much as 12 hours to get all the men back, because I've basically given them freedom to take leave as needed.
That's
Um,
and
What
don't
cures
know,
syphilis? Is that greater regeneration or lesser restoration?
what?
What cures syphilis? Now, just so I can help the guys on when they get back.
like in real life, or
I mean,
No.
I think, does lesser
Restoration?
get rid of
I
diseases?
think lesser to get rid of diseases.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, they're good. I got that at will. So I'll just hit everyone when they get back.
Won't fix the children.
Yeah, not their problem. They're gone.
God of Life has a very laissez-faire approach to spreading it.
I'm gonna make sure you're healthy as you create new life.
So yeah, I'm basically just waiting for the prayers to come in.
Okay, you still got a little bit more time. Stan, what did you do after? I'm gathering your little group is sort of splitting at this point.
Right now I think I'm going out and trying to get mugged one last time. Now that I guess, how fast did David do those spells, or did you do that on application?
I'm not doing that stuff tonight, since I'm gonna be doing it probably when we're like in travel. I just wanted to get it in people's heads.
He was just figuring out what materials he's gonna need when the time comes. So.
Oh, okay. Keep it off my sheet then. I thought you did that already.
No.
Or able to do it quickly. I mean.
And I could have done that instead, but I chose not to.
Instead, he
I see
got.
what it is.
Instead, he got the money to get the materials to do things in general.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because how much
Like a
money did
shopping
you just
corner if you
create?
want.
I was typing up how I wanted 7,500.
Yeah.
But I wanted to. I'm
You can just
splitting it.
do that.
He just money.
To be fair, I can't do it every day. It's
You need
take-
sugar daddy. That's all I'm hearing.
it takes 9 uses of my apron, and it has 12, and it only refreshes a D6 plus 2 every day. So, yeah.
Hmm.
But I had the points, so I figured I might as well do it while we're still here.
Okay. Oh,
And
Yeah.
I can trust Rolfur with a shopping list. He won't forget anything.
Not if you gave it to me in the last month.
and yeah, we'll go see if I can. I told Bob about, or while we're at the place, I told Bob about the pipe, the weird pipe I found.
I do not care about your plummeting issues.
Okay. Trying to figure out if Adam had some significance or not. I have no idea.
It's probably just secret tunnels.
Secret tunnels.
Would you like to go explore them?
Yeah, pretty much. I
Okay.
think I can put down there, but I want to make
Rolfur's
sure.
a
I know you
bat,
can
or not
transform
Rolfur.
stuff.
Stan's a bat now. They have
How
blind
long can a
sight.
mouse be?
What?
How long can you turn me into a mouse?
An hour? That's why I gave you bat form. They fly.
Yeah, I guess I can still go down that pipe, right?
Yeah, it's got a big enough opening. Yeah.
You
I go and
know,
open the door for him.
we know someone who can
I
make
do.
that permanent.
Just.
Okay, we do, don't we? That.
You are
All you
permanent.
have to do is just dive bomb onto the ground, and you're all of a sudden, boom, back to human.
Yes, but you have the mind of an animal. Do you know this? Do you know to do this?
I would say it would take will saves to, like wisdom saves, to
He
like
doesn't get
allow
tired. He
you.
can wait his hour. In an hour, he'll be himself. But yeah. So you go off to that. Rolfur, did you? So once your group separates, do you do soul talking before bed, or?
Let's see. He's a dwarf. He's a. Before bed, I want to do that because I worked in a bard college. I need to remember somebody from school who knows their histories and their lores and their myths, because that wasn't what I was into, and I'm going to try and dream them before bed. Somebody who knows a lot about the old stories of the world.
Okay.
You're making people teach in their dreams. You're a monster.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm
so
not gonna.
you come up with someone. Yeah.
Yeah, so I dream them and try and get like, give me like a list of names of famous ancient people that died, like dragons and stuff.
Okay.
Lost tombs, ancient things, hidden things. I may be in a position to go and find such things.
We're in the middle of the king's coronation. What? She just guys sit up next to him in his dream. And he gives you a few names, sure, including a dragon.
Nice.
Okay.
You're a bro. Oh, by the way, the gods are back. We're still weak in power, but that's happening.
What?
Otherwise, yes, I'm going to try and summon the soul of a dragon.
Nothing comes.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Because dragons are smart. Like, they're not dumb.
Mhm.
I wonder if they don't have souls or if there's still a god of dragons out there doing his thing. Might have to fiddle around with that. And also, it could just be too old, or it could be not a real thing that exists because it was a story.
Yep, any of those are possible, but
Yeah, any of those
there's
are
enough
possible.
of a mystery you can look into.
Yes. Then I try and summon, if he gave me any other names of dead people, I try to get them too.
The afterlife could just be racist.
Any of them within our local geography? Like, historically speaking?
Like where you're at now?
Yeah.
No.
Well, within the region.
No.
Okay, then yeah, I just keep track of those for later. And I get my rest, get my 40 winks.
Okay, so you're not really trying to up your numbers by go, because you also, you have lists of a lot of dead people.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Okay.
It's bedtime now, right?
Yeah, I was just making sure if you were trying to fit anything in before bed. So you're doing that. Billy's going to sleep in the wizard's tower. Tara, are you doing anything else before bed?
I don't feel like I've done much, so I feel like I should be. But I mean,
Don't worry, you haven't
Yeah.
done much.
all right. So I cast Dominate Person on Alice, and then I cast Fly on her, and then we just go and burn the entire city down.
I think I
No,
get some sort of save, or
No,
Whoa.
yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and just go to bed.
okay. So
Oh, I do write up that that list,
shopping list.
the shopping list for Rolfur.
Okay. Stan, as a bat, you land next to that hole that you kind of remember, and you crawl your way into it, and you start flying down. Quite specifically, you notice this one goes, instead of, being a short way and having like a vertical surface, it just goes straight down for a lot longer distance than you would necessarily expect. Probably, you're a bat, you're not the best at estimating, maybe like 100 feet of just a straight tube down. Before landing in a basin, seems to be filled with water. Are you muted?
Yep.
What filled the basin?
Hmm?
What filled the basin, or like, is it
Probably
just that
rainwater coming from that grate.
Can't fly through that grate.
Well, you've gone through the grate at the surface, down like maybe 100 feet.
Oh, okay.
And then there's like this giant area at the bottom that catches water. There's a shore off to the side.
Does the shore lead anywhere?
Yeah, if you follow that around,
Yeah.
you can find, kind of goes up in this dark area, and you find off in the distance you see a point of light. It's steady. It's slightly tinted like teal, and you see occasional movement around it.
Wait on. I have dark vision, so can I see it better, or like, can I identify what it is? Distance.
As you kind of get near, it some sort of source of light, magical light, probably just like an orb with light. And there's a little grouping of people and some what look like maybe hide-made tents, just sort of on this platform of stone carved down here with as it kind of gets near a ceiling.
Is like a stone city that I walked into, or what?
I mean, there's probably only 10 or 15 people down here. Little village of tents. As you look around, some are hides, some are just other materials, whatever's almost, a little tent city, a little garbage city, like whatever they were, they had, has just made little facsimiles of buildings, something to...
A shantytown.
Yeah. Sort of.
Do they seem alarmed by me? Like, if I walk up towards them? Like, hello, I greet.
Are you still a bat, or are you like...
I don't control the spell, do I?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So if you fly towards them?
I am still a bat. Look for another exit, like fly around them, keep my distance.
You can find, if you kind of go around it, there are 3 other points that seem to have the same collection area with tubes going up, and one with a larger tube that's probably about, at least where it hits here, about 3 feet in diameter. That is off to the 4th side. It does not have, it has like a basin and there's some garbage, excrement, whatever there, but it does not feel like it hasn't collected rain in that one below the large pipe.
I'll go up the large pipe.
Okay. That one, again, about 100 feet up. And it leads to a much beefier bars on this one. Your bat would need to make a... What is... It's escape artist.
Acrobatics?
Yeah,
I may
acrobatics.
need to step up. Could you give me, do you have the hat block available?
Need some bat stats?
I'm batty for some
bat
stats.
Some bat stats for the 5e bat. You need the bat stats.
Let's get batty, yo.
You have advantage on perception checks.
Ooh.
You have 2 decks, so your acrobatics would be +2. But you are tiny.
That'd give me a solid 13 on my roll. I can't bless myself.
So yeah, you are small enough that you're able to basically maneuver your way up into this darkened stone room. This seems to be inside of a building, and there are no windows. The only door from here is sort of a little flight of stairs up to like that sort of, what is that, 30-degree kind of angle, like storm cellar kind of door.
Adam, I will need to know when an hour has passed, for the record. Since I turned him into a bat.
Yeah, can bats do bats have a good sense of time?
Promptly become not a bat in the middle of a tiny tube.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, because I can only do this for an hour, so
Oh.
good luck.
Like, do bats have a good sense of time?
No,
Bats are
I've
notorious.
never seen a bat with a watch.
Well, obviously they have a great sense of time. They don't even need a watch.
Exactly. They just fly by everything.
When was the last time your bat showed up late? Go on,
Exactly.
name one. Name one late bat.
You know, being so specific about this makes me think that you're just gonna have a bad time.
Hour passed.
He really batted that one out of the park.
Can't argue with those.
So an hour passes and you turn back into yourself. Oh, although you're frozen. Or I'm frozen, because everyone froze.
Yep, I think it might be at our end.
And alright, and we're back.
Oh,
There
he
we go.
did
All right.
freeze. I thought we broke him.
Nope.
Yeah.
So did we
If that
freeze in
joke
time to
broke
miss
the
the
internet.
puns?
Something about batty, or a bat time
Yeah,
is what you
that's
said.
true.
That was around what we said. Anyways,
Oh,
so
I
an hour
understand
passes.
that.
Transfer
No
back
credit.
on Batman.
So 1 hour passes, so I transform back into a
Yeah.
human.
Yep.
Yeah. You turned back into people. Good job.
I should have sent my familiar with you.
Well, I'm not a human. I'm a... What do you say, am I? Asimar.
Wherever the hell you are.
I'm an Asimar.
I don't care what you are. You're
Don't
people.
be racist. I'm an Asimar.
Yep.
I said people.
So you're kind of locked in this cellar room now.
I put you in jail.
I
Why?
walk over to the people. Hello.
Why is it always Stan getting locked in places?
Because he's always off by himself. And he's just kind of, poke.
I mean, I get the desperation for adventure, but still.
I mean, I go adventuring all the time.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
This house full of escape plans. I just fly by the seat of my plans and, end up locked.
That was a problem. No pants. We didn't give him bat pants.
I
So,
got my way out this time.
what?
I got a way out if I need to.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So, cellar, like slanted cellar, like storm door that leads out, which if you push on is locked from the outside. And now this grate that leads down 100 feet into the pit, there's a padlock locking it from opening. This one is not like the other. This one is hinged. It looks like it could be unlocked, opened, and something could be thrown into it.
Have you tried knocking?
Yeah. I knock on the door.
was joking.
What are they gonna do? Kill me?
After a couple
Says man who dies.
minutes of no response, do you knock more, or just the one time, or
Are the hinges on my side or are theirs?
the hinges for the pit that goes down are on your side. The hinges for the door that leads up are on the other side.
It's a door, not an impenetrable barrier.
I just want to know if I had to break it or not.
Oh,
Like
it's
the
a
hinges
you.
up? What?
You're gonna have to break it.
Okay, I'll just blast through the door.
Okay, so
Yes, you do.
make an attack roll.
This is
Yeah.
everything I wanted to happen, for the record. You're gonna tell me about this later, and I'm just gonna have so much joy in my heart.
I had a great time tonight. I got to go out on an adventure.
You didn't bother to find out what any of it was, but
I
I was
mean,
kind of hoping he'd get stuck down in the tunnels.
I want to see where I'm at first. I'm going to fall back into the tunnels. That's what I want to do.
okay.
It's 100 feet.
What was your attack, by the way?
I can make a fall jump. You said it was attack. It is 19.
Yeah, make it damage roll.
Hold on. Yeah, I rolled a 19.
You have to hit a 10. So.
7, 32.
I guess no, it was 15. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So.
10 damage. The first time. 18 damage the second time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's you break it enough that it just pushes open.
Okay, where's that lead?
It leads out to... There's some trees right around and sort of a iron fence off to the side. Otherwise, there's a house right behind you. There's a path that kind of curves off to the left and leads out. And it curves around to the front of the house before connecting with anything. But you can tell not too far out there's a fence in one of the streets. You're still in the middle of the city.
Alright. Is there any rope in this room? Or any way to descend down to
Nothing is
the
kept
people?
in the room, no.
Alright, I don't need a rope on me here. I have way down but not back up, that's the problem. Alright, let's see what I've left. I do not, drats. But for fall damage, didn't plan on claiming. Alright, so I go drop some food in for those people.
Okay.
Okay, they get some dirt food. They're probably angry. They didn't feed them well. I go knock on the house door.
You go around to the door of the house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Takes a couple minutes and someone opens the door cautiously, on a chain still. How did you get in the... It is far too late of an hour. His lordship will not be seeing anyone at this late hour.
Who's the lordship?
Governor? Command?
Wait, hold on. What was his name?
Governor Tarmiand.
Governor Herp Derp.
I just wanted to say that I was taking some pipes and found your little slave thing there. Your slave pin, I guess. What is that?
We have no slaves.
It's like, whoa, slaves. There's no
I'm
slave here.
certainly compensated for my work.
No, not you. This
Tarnian?
building over here. What is this?
What's this? What's this? There's people.
not quite sure.
The building I came from, I point that out.
Well, you came from the cellar that's below the house that is, like, accessed from the outside around the side of the building.
Oh, I was just in their basement.
Yes. Yeah, it's an external accessed cellar.
Oh.
And from your searching the ceiling of it, if someone is put in it, there's not a way out. It's not a slave because there's no way, like, they couldn't produce a work and send it up.
Yeah.
It's
What do
an
you call it
oubliette.
then?
It's an oubliette.
Yeah, okay. I say, my guy would be intelligent enough to say that. Or know what it was then.
Yeah, you would know what an oubliette is. They're not common in today's world, but in any medieval setting, you would know what an oubliette is.
I was flying by and saw that your door was broken.
You're flying
Your
by.
oubliette door.
Of course.
Unless you went into it, you would only know it as a cellar door.
You're so...
Yeah.
Well, like...
Because you'd have to go into it to see the oubliette is in the cellar. Otherwise, any number of people have storm cellars, you know, whatever. It's
But yes, I was
probably
flying
not
by.
in this region, but yeah.
I was flying by and saw that your door was broken and wanted to let you know.
I would prefer if you did not fly above the manor.
It was from a distance, but I saw a broken door. I wanted to let you know.
Do not fly into
Thank
the
you
oubliette.
kindly. If people don't fly into the gated property, I don't believe it would be a problem at all.
When your oubliette was just open there, anybody could just fly right in.
All right, well, thank you for your time. What, out of game, what is an oubliette? Like,
It's a place where you throw people to die.
It's like, you know, it's a pit, basically. It's a
Yeah.
pit in a dungeon that you throw people in, and you don't ever try to retrieve
To
them. It
forget
is like
about them.
literally, yeah, it means like to be forgotten or something.
all right.
Yep, you're just throwing people away.
Yeah, you throw them into a pit and you let them die.
Yeah.
I was gonna reference Kane, but you haven't read those books.
All right, well, we're gonna see how fast their security is. I'm leaving, go get some rope.
Alright. Well, you head off to do that. While everyone else is going down for the night. Gee, your I Never Sleep ability really makes having a real true end point difficult. But we'll pick
I guess
up
we
next
just need to
time.
keep playing.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. Comment, where do you know of the term oubliette from? Thanks for watching. Bye.